Howdy, howdy! Welcome to another episode of the Datapack Survival. This is episode 16, and we're here at the base where I have been working really hard in between episodes, getting all sorts of neat stuff done. So, at the start of this episode, we're going to be looking at all of the stuff that I did in between episodes, and yeah, there's a ton of it, so we shall see where we can go from there, but for now, let's just look at what I did in between episodes. But before we jump into the action, it might be worth noting that this is a patron server, so anyone supporting me on Patreon, there's a link in the iCard in the top right, at $5 or more a month, they have access to this server. So if you're wanting to join a fun, nice community of a multiplayer server and play Minecraft with me, check that out. Alright, so what did I do in between episodes? Well, if you're fairly observant, you'll notice that these massive holes in the ground have now been dug. I guess you don't have to be that observant to notice them, but this is completely new. So now I have like these walkways, and my birthday cake of a base now has multiple levels to it. So I think it looks pretty cool, and then I'm probably going to make this final area here just flat and fill it in with some materials. But I wanted to bring you guys on board before I got too carried away. I would say I got fairly carried away, but and then these towers, like right here, this got pulled down a little bit, and I'll probably end up doing that a little bit more. But that's not all I did. So, I mean, I spent quite a few hours building, and I'm sure you can tell that there's a lot of time put into this. However, I did a lot more building. So every single one of like these tunnels here, they got changed a little bit. Now the walkway is 7 blocks wide instead of 5. I think it looks a fair amount better, but I also did a bunch of work on our interiors. So our main level here probably won't look too much different. That's because I haven't touched it. However, the other two have gotten some major completion because they were like in a state of almost done, and so I wrapped up the final bit. So for this, all I did is I just extended the gray concrete up a little bit, and then added some quartz stairs that I think do a pretty good job of finishing off this room. Not too much to say for this one, but on the next floor you can see here I added a little trim, and then some quartz stairs again, and then some trim. And it just does a really good job of covering up all of those hoppers while also just making the room feel a bit more complete. Because that was the main thing we were lacking. It's like we had a nice storage room, we had nice sorting, and the floor and ceiling was nice, but the walls, not so much. So now we have like a general sense of completion. But I didn't stop there because, well, I was just in the mood to build, and I had a lot of hours on my hands. So I started working on the next floor. This is our armory from the previous couple of episodes that we've been working on, and as you can see, I've done a pretty good job of completing the room. So just like back walls, ceiling, stuff like that, exactly what you would expect to happen for a room like this, right? But I also then got to sorting out some of our items from down below where they were set up in our sorter that they really should have been up in the armory. So we have our armor over here, as you can see, but I got rid of a lot of the armor stands that we had and replaced it with this light source that casually just shows off our amount of diamonds that we have, because, I don't know, I thought it looked kind of nice. So we have like various chests, and so like we have our rings and all of like the different mob totems and lots of pickaxes, and we'll be obviously making more of these as time goes on. Like, we have a bunch of swords that I got from going to the end, but then we have some of our other swords. So, yeah, this will, of course, be expanding over time as we actually craft a lot of the Datapack items. For example, like, we don't really have any bows. So, at some point, I'll be making a bunch of bows. So, as you can see, I got a lot of stuff done in between episodes, but turns out that's actually not all that I did. Well, I went and I AFK'd at Game Dash's Wither Skeleton farm. I have rights to AFK there because we did some different trade deals earlier on in the season, and I helped him spawn-proof it a lot, so the farm actually got to be quite fast. And so we have a whopping 41 Wither Skeleton skulls, so we're doing really good there, and I'm going to grind up some withers and get some new beacons placed down. I did some digging, and I guess we can just fly out this way. And there's now a beacon base in the ground right down there, and also in every other cardinal direction surrounding this beacon. And it's spaced out about 95 blocks away, so we can get pretty much optimal coverage with all of them. And I say all of them because I think we'll probably end up putting 2 beacons on each of them. So I hadn't for a while been able to put too much time on the server and actually get a ton done, but now I feel like I've actually made really good progress, and that's something that I really haven't done in a while. So happy to actually get back into playing on here. Also, speaking of playing on here, I am planning on starting live streaming from the server fairly soon. And so I have a Twitch account, so go to this address, I'll put it on the screen right now, for my Twitch channel. And there's probably also an iCard linking to it if YouTube lets me do that. I don't think they do. I plan on live streaming myself, playing from the server, just having fun, and probably interacting with you guys a lot, because it being a live stream would mean that I could do a lot of community events and stuff, and anyone donating could of course join the server. So that could be a lot of fun for everyone. But I also plan on probably sometimes creating data packs on a live stream. So I'll just like sit down and live stream the creative process of making a data pack. And I'm sure a lot of you would enjoy learning how to make data packs and like what goes into them and the processes behind them. Oh, and I remembered, another thing I did in between videos was I decided to go on a pretty long end raiding expedition, and I ended up getting a handful of shulker shells, as you can see. So we should be pretty set on shulker shells for quite a long time. But I'm thinking it could be kind of fun to create some, I guess, new player boxes. So just set up like a couple shulker boxes full of stuff, give away some, not necessarily amazing items, but just some decent items to help players get started. Like, I have all of these diamond swords that I got from raiding, as well as shovels and pickaxes, and I'm sure I could put them to good use just by giving them to people that join. And I also actually spent a bit of time in the nether, just grabbing some netherite scraps. Honestly, I don't really remember why I decided to do that, but I think it had something to do with having a box of TNT that was pretty much full and wanting to blow stuff up. But that was probably my reasoning. I got, some netherite scraps out of it, but probably not really needed because I have, well, mostly netherite everything, and I don't really need a ton more. But that's right, I think I was wanting to craft some tools and stuff for our armory, and some of those would require netherite stuff. So yeah, 16 netherite scrap. I will probably make some stuff out of that, but honestly, it's not super duper useful, but it's nice to have. And as I say that, I realized that I already had a bunch of netherite scrap and 6 netherite ingots, so probably a waste of time, but anyway, I think what I want to do next is I want to turn a lot of these, not all of them, but a lot of these into actual beacons, or maybe not necessarily beacons, but yeah, let's get 10 stars, and then from there we can probably make maybe like a star sword, and a couple of beacons. So yeah, I think that's probably next on the agenda. Alright, so I'm here at the end. I am going to convert some of these, I guess, wither skeleton skulls into withers. Looks like someone clearly messed something up one of these times, but hopefully I'm doing this right. Kind of feel like I did that wrong, but I guess we shall see. So hopefully these are really uneventful and boring, and I will, I guess, get back once I'm done. Yeah, okay, I did that right. Cool. Sorry if that is really loud. I'll turn my volume down. So yeah, boring fight as normal. I could probably have made an end crystal sword, and then this would die in like 8 or 9 hits, something like that. So, something to consider. But yeah, I'm going to grind down all of these and then be done. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the episode there. It has been one with a ton of time put into it, and so while the episode might be a bit shorter than normal, I've spent way longer on it than I normally would. So if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like, and remember that this is a patron server, so if you want to join, just become a patron, and you can. So Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you guys all in the very next one, where I'm probably going to be doing a whole bunch more work on this base, probably between episodes. Thanks for watching.